Imagine this. You're a Roman senator. You've got the toga, the political power, years of service to the empire, and then the emperor announces that his horse is joining the Senate. Not as a mascot, as an actual senator. And no, this isn't a joke. This is Caligula, the Roman emperor who ruled for just 4 years and managed to become history's ultimate example of what happens when you give absolute power to someone completely unhinged. The horse story? That's just the tip of the iceberg. Today you're going to discover how a promising young leader transformed into Rome's most insane ruler. Buckle up! First things first, who was this guy? Full name? Gaius Julius Caesar Augustus Germanicus. Yeah, that much of a name. Everyone called him Caligula, which means little boots, because when he was a kid, his parents dressed him in a miniature soldier's uniform, complete with tiny military sandals. The Roman troops thought it was adorable. Cute, right? Well, his childhood was a nightmare. Father, dead when he was 7, possibly assassinated. Mother and 2 older brothers, all executed in political purges under Emperor Tiberius. Young Caligula survived by doing what? Staying invisible. Mouth shut, head down. He ended up living with Tiberius, his great-uncle, the previous emperor. Basically, a bitter old man who hated Rome and lived on the island of Capri. And there, Caligula stayed for years. Well-behaved, obedient, silent. But Tiberius, paranoid but not stupid, caught on. This kid's being too quiet. And he issued the prophecy, "I am nursing a viper in Rome's bosom." Spoiler, he was dead right. When Tiberius died in 37 CE, Caligula became emperor at 24. The Roman people celebrated. Finally, the dark era was over. The new emperor canceled taxes, threw gladiatorial games, distributed bonuses to the military. Everyone loved him for 7 months. First thing you need to understand, the transformation wasn't gradual. It was like flipping a switch, and boom, new personality. September 37 CE. Caligula falls gravely ill. Some historians think it was epilepsy. Others talk about lead poisoning from wine containers. Modern researchers suggest encephalitis, or even total mental breakdown because of childhood trauma. Whatever it was, when he recovered in October, different is an understatement. Suddenly, he's convinced everyone wants to kill him. First to be executed, his cousin and co-heir Gemellus. Then his father-in-law. Then his mentor Macro, the guy who helped him become emperor, forced to... He divorced his first wife, married another, divorced, married again, divorced, finally made it official with Caesonia since she was pregnant with his child. And the spending? Tiberius had left the imperial treasury packed with money. Caligula burned through all of it in months. Megalomaniacal construction projects, insane games, endless parties. When the money ran out, he started inventing crimes to execute wealthy Romans and confiscate their estates. All of this in the first year. Question: did anyone try to stop him? Of course they did. You know what happened to those people? Exactly. Second thing, Caligula didn't just want to be emperor. He wanted to be literally a living god, not a metaphor. The guy demanded religious worship. He signed official documents as Jupiter, wore full costume, fake golden beard, fake lightning bolt, cosplaying as the king of the gods. He built altars to himself, ordered statues of himself placed in temples throughout the empire, including inside Jewish synagogues, which almost caused a civil war. He claimed he conversed with the gods at night, literally talked to the moon, trying to seduce her into coming down to his bedroom. The moon wasn't interested. Once he summoned his top senators to the palace at 3 a.m., they showed up terrified, thinking they were about to die. Caligula appeared in robes, danced in front of them for a few minutes, and just left without saying anything. Imagine the psychological warfare. Oh, and he passed a law forbidding anyone from standing above him physically or looking down when he walked by. Why? Because he was going bald and was insecure about it. This same guy threatened political enemies by laughing at dinner. It just occurred to me that I only need to give a signal and your throats will be cut right here. Third thing, and here the story gets spectacular. Incitatus, Caligula's favorite racehorse. The name means at full gallop in Latin. This horse lived better than 99% of the Roman population. Listen to this. Marble stable with an ivory manger. Purple blankets, the exclusive color of royalty. Collar made of precious stones. 18 personal servants just for him. And the food? Oats mixed with gold flakes. The night before races, Caligula posted armed guards to maintain absolute silence in the neighborhood. The horse needed to sleep well, right? He held formal dinners in the horse's stable. Incitatus was the official host. Roman senators eating next to a horse. But wait, there's more. Caligula officially announced he was going to appoint Incitatus as consul, one of the highest political offices in Rome. And look, I know this sounds crazy, but this is documented. Suetonius, Cassius Dio, Roman historians wrote this. It's not a Roman urban legend. It's documented. Now, here's the historical twist. He announced it, but died before making it official. Modern historians believe this wasn't pure insanity. It was a calculated insult to the Senate. Basically, you're all so useless that my horse would do a better job. And you know what? He might have had a point. Oh, some sources say Incitatus was also made a priest in Caligula's divine cult.
Holy cow!
Because if you're already making your horse a senator, why not give him a spiritual promotion too? Fourth thing, Caligula's military campaigns were, how do I put this, creative. In 40 CE, he assembled 40,000 soldiers, marched to northern Gaul, massive preparation to invade Britain, ships built, troops trained, all of Rome expecting the conquest of the century. And then Caligula, on the battlefield, in front of the entire army, gave the order that would go down in history books. Gather seashells from the sea! I'm not making this up. He had 40,000 Roman soldiers, armed to the teeth, walk along the beach, filling their helmets with little shells. He declared they were spoils of war from the conquered ocean. He claimed he had personally defeated Neptune. The military budget? Destroyed. Troop morale? Non-existent. Senate's patience? Had run out months ago. Oh, and before that, he built a 3-kilometer floating bridge made entirely of warships across the Bay of Naples. For what? To ride back and forth for 2 days? Because he could. Fifth and final thing, everyone has a limit. January 41 CE, 4 years of reign. The Senate was fed up. The Roman elite was fed up. And most importantly, the Praetorian Guard, the soldiers sworn to protect the emperor, was fed up. A conspiracy formed. January 24th, during the Palatine Games, a Praetorian officer named Cassius Chaerea corners Caligula in an underground tunnel beneath the palace. 30 strikes. But it doesn't stop there. The conspirators wanted to make sure no one would avenge Caligula. So they went after the family. Wife Caesonia, murdered. Caligula's infant daughter, a child, brutally, you know what happened. Caligula was 28 years old. He reigned less than 4 years and left Rome traumatized. The final irony? After the assassination, some senators wanted to restore the Republic, but the Praetorian Guard had already found Caligula's uncle, Claudius, who everyone thought was a stuttering fool, hiding behind a curtain. They declared Claudius emperor. And, surprise, he turned out to be one of Rome's best rulers. As for Incitatus, history doesn't record what happened to him, but while Caligula is remembered as the madman and Claudius as the wise one, Incitatus went down in history as the horse that almost became a senator. And honestly, considering the competition, wouldn't be the worst choice. So there you have it, folks. Honest question. If Incitatus ran today, Would you vote for him? Because looking at some politicians out there, I've seen worse. Much worse. Hit that like button or the algorithm will 30 times, just like they did to Caligula. Subscribe to the channel because trust me, there's way more coming. Thanks everyone. See you in the next video.